Alright, everyone, it's time.
Hello. I am Noob at Splatoon 3. I'm going to be reacting to this guy's Pro Chara's video on the best or the worst weapons ranked. I'm probably going to get mad. I think I play low tier weapons. I play a lot of Blobber or whatever it is, and Bamboozler, so. And I don't think those are good, as I have experienced. Let's see.
In the game, from worst to best. We're going to get started. This is from a pro player's perspective. This is competitive, not solo queue. Solo queue would look incredibly different with that old disclaimer thing out of the way. Play what you like, subscribe if you enjoy. Let's go. The first weapon to get its own tier is the undercover umbrella. This thing has way too weak damage. It doesn't have any
Okay, I expected that.
Absolutely doesn't work for it. Mine is not good on a weapon like this, and Reef Slider has way too.
I'm still stupidly good at this weapon for no reason. I've gotten like 15 kills with this for like no reason, but it does suck.
It's just overall an incredibly weak weapon that isn't good at doing anything, and even the shield
Needs so many buffs.
Just came at the sacrifice of like every other stat in the game. Would you give a splatter shot?
Maybe if it were 2-shot, it'd be better.
A 200 HP shield and nerf all of its stats by like a third or a fourth? Probably not. And that's what undercover is. Poor H3, the main weapon got worse in this game because mobility has become more important. And
that's why I don't see that much of it.
Hitting things. It has point sensor, which doesn't do much for it. And Tacticooler is for aggressive weapons and mobile weapons. And H3 is...
Also, this was a month ago from today, which is like February 20th or something. So, this might be very outdated soon, especially with the new March 1st update coming in soon.
I don't really know why they chose this special to go with the weapon. It doesn't really synergize with comps that want Tacticooler, and Tacticooler's best mode is Rainmaker, the worst mode for H3 and point sensor.
Oh, that's sad.
The entire thing is a travesty. The weapon is just absolutely screwed until it gets another kit. RIP H3. Splattershot Pro's vanilla kit now has a 190B crab. It is still absolutely
I like this weapon. I like this weapon. I don't hate it. I mean, I get it.
There are still better crap options that can do things Pro wants to do better. There's just not really a reason.
Sploosh out is just 10 times better in every way, but still, I like it.
This weapon in a team comp. Aerospray doesn't really work with Reef Slider. I see what they were trying to do, especially now that Reef Slider can pop the Rainmaker shield in one hit if it has no damage on it. But as a whole, it's still a weapon that doesn't synergize well with Reef Slider.
Where are Brellas? Where are the rest of the Brellas? They need major buffs. They okay.
Undercover Brella does. Fizzy
I love the Pro.
Okay for it. The main weapon kills very slowly for its range value, even if all the shots hit, and it's just very limited. It's built to be a support, but it doesn't have a good support.
Yeah, see, Splattershot Pro, it does kill really fast.
It has a Reef Slider. Yeah, Brella will go here too. Even
there we are.
Where the shield barely even works, the weapon does very low damage. Its sub-weapon doesn't help it at all. It's very ink-hungry. Its paint is bad. Its ink efficiency is bad. Hold up, I'm getting my quote about Brella. Brella is good. You just have to make up for the damage to objects, the ink efficiency, the speed, the kill time, the range, the paint, the sub-weapon, the special output, the downtime, fighting most special weapons, fighting area of effect weapons, fighting charger bow and splatanas, and the fact that it doesn't work 90% of the time. There's some small
The one Brella player watching this video must be dying, drowning in their tears.
But it's not exactly wrong. The actual shielding capability of the Brella, even when it works, just isn't really that worth it. And most of the good options in this game just have either the mobility, the damage, or even the special that absolutely deals with Brella way too well.
It does have Ink Strike,
is in need of major damage buffs,
which is kind of good now.
Especially this one really needs to have some strengths here. Could also benefit from being 190p. L3 is another weapon that just doesn't really have a reason to be picked.
Luckily, I don't really care too much about these weapons so far.
It does have a bit better paint range than something like a Splash, but ultimately that's just not great a reason, and the mobility overall in this weapon still is a bit problematic compared to just how good shooter mobility is in this game. And without main power-up, the damage it has is actually pretty weak as well, so that's yet another problem with this weapon. Before we get into the mid-tiers, I used to be super into game design when I was younger. I created a few Mario platformers.
Okay, ad time.
So I'd like to tell you about the sponsoring this video, and let's get back to the list. Next up is limited. These are weapons that do have some form of a niche, but the niche they have isn't good enough to really actually be worth using outside of incredibly limited situations. First up is reflux and gold aerospray, because these two are the same weapon. They are painters with good paint, but no painting range, a sub-weapon that applies no pressure, and a special they want to spam. They are great in turf war, but bad in ranked mode.
I think reflux has it could be higher. I think it's not that bad. Tinted to get nerfed, so.
Because you need to put pressure out while
now it's limited.
Trying to spam the special. And on top of that, both of these specials got weaker to spam in this update because Booyah Bomb got more vulnerability and missiles is now worse specifically at spamming it, which is really bad because this is the main thing it's supposed to do. Both of these have main weapons that are too weak at fighting and subs that do not do any poking power, and so for the most part they do not apply enough pressure to sustain themselves in higher level environments. Blob's main job is space right now, and it does have decent damage per second, but again,
it has amazing damage per second. Okay, they did ruin it with its sub-weapon and special. Like, I really just... It hurts me, man. If they had Booyah Bomb or just anything, really, I wouldn't care. As long as it had something better than Rain, then I would just love this weapon so much. So they need to give it a new kit. Please. And, like, the next update, come on, give it something. Because I am dying. Because it just sucks so much.
Doesn't put too much pressure. And honestly, the sub and special are both mainly paint orientated.
Yeah.
Which kind of locks Blob in. It doesn't give it a lot of versatility. So it also makes the weapon extremely comp dependent to make up for its weaknesses. And the strengths it has just aren't as worth it right now as other weapons. Clash and both Luna Blasters are things you would argue for short range tower control maps.
Okay, I love Clash. It might be because I'm like destroying everyone in A, where there's like only a few good players in A wink, but still, I love Clash. I get to kill people with it. I like to just run in like a crazed maniac. That's my play style. By the way, if you didn't know, I'm an offensive bamboozler main. I just run in and just... It's really fun. You should probably try it as well. No, it's not ethical, but Clash Blaster lets me do this, so...
Ultimately, there are better niches in that mode. Clash's kill time is too weak. Luna Neo special
you need to hit your shots. In that example, you didn't hit anything.
Better zipcaster options even on this mode. All of these weapons have a decent bit of paint and special output problems, even with 180p, to where I think they're not really worth picking too much right now. Sploosh is a Rainmaker weapon, but Curling Bomb isn't that good on Rainmaker. Sploosh 7 was really nice because of the Splat Bomb, and this weapon ultimately can't really do as well on Rainmaker as it did in
I can't lie. She was spot on with this.
Very good damage, but there's just other options that do better damage, especially since Splatoon Wiper was added, which also has good Rainmaker shield damage, has a better bomb, and still has stamp. If it wasn't for the insane mobility of the main weapon, it would honestly be down here just because Wiper exists, but at least it's way faster. Vanilla Jet and 96 are both kind of supportive long to mid-range weapons with a vacuum. Both their subs are way too weak for the weapon right now, and the weapon struggle to kill because of how fast-paced they can be.
I feel like
isn't as valuable,
that isn't that bad.
If you have a situational special, there are just better options for the main weapon to use. Dynamo Roller also kind of suffers from the where the main mode you'd want a tacticooler in is Rainmaker, the worst mode for Dynamo. Sprinkler is at least a bit better on this weapon because it can help it move by painting its feet, and the overall paint output is more valuable on this weapon because of how it plays.
I just Dynamo a bit yet.
Really weak, doesn't paint that well, has a lot of downtime, and its kit isn't the greatest right now balance-wise, even if it can work with the weapon, and the main mode where you would want the special just doesn't work for it either. Mini Splowling's a pretty good main weapon with a good sub, but I think the special doesn't really work super well with Mini, and Stamp is also just a bit too vulnerable. You're not really going to be running up close
Forgot about Stamp.
You're going to be taking advantage of the fact that you have more range than short-range shooters and kind of spacing them out with your mobility. The Stamp and the main weapon kind of clash a little bit, and unless if the special gets a lot stronger, it doesn't really work for the weapon right now. The only reason I'm putting Dapple Doolies outside the outclass tier is because the damage per second to the Rainmaker...
Hold on, what? I must just suck against these because I get owned by them every single time. Like, dang. These are good. But, okay.
It's actually useful, and with the slider buffs, it is better as a special.
I mean, it does have slider.
That being said, I think it's still not great, and Torpedo's worst mode is Rainmaker, so it still doesn't have full kit synergy. If it had a more lethal bomb, I could maybe see it being higher, but in this case, not really. I think
Hopefully
Tentacle
Bamboo
is a very
isn't
synergistic kit. I like Beacon with it to make it a support, and I think Vacuum in conjunction with the 10 shield can...
Really? This was made a month ago, right? What? Huh? Tinderella being here? Oh my gosh.
Cover your blind spot or prevent things from Splatonas from getting
Wow,
close enough
yeah.
to kill you in the vacuum. The main issue is that a lot of the good specials right now can just absolutely destroy the 10 shield. Stuff like Crab and Booyah Bomb are
Yeah, I mean anything can at this point.
like Splatonas that absolutely shred the 10 shield. The damage it outputs isn't great, and the shield...
I've used it a lot for Rainmaker. It's actually really good in that because you can just hide behind the shield. I'll like put the shield out, get the Rainmaker, and just hide behind it. My teammates can go kill their people, but...
Unusually inconsistent and has a lot of shield launch bugs, which those combined just make the weapon way too inconsistent to be worth it. I could maybe see it being up here for a Clam Blitz niche,
really?
maybe, but I just don't think this is
Clam
the right meta for it
Blitz?
right now. If Forge Pro was not 210 here, it could be here and actually have a niche for a shooter that can get a
That is
reliable
true.
amount of Booyah Bombs, but it doesn't, so it is just a pro with a better kit, but it's still a pro. All the problems I mentioned in my Splattershot Pro video are still present, and it actually struggles with special output even more than the Vanilla Pro, because, again,
Really?
210. Why is it 210? I do not
That is
understand.
true.
I think the pencil as a main weapon is actually a lot better than people give it credit for. The
Huh?
ability to hold multiple shots and just kind of strafe around and
It's
thread
terrible.
both of them is kind of useful. The weapon's still a bit awkward, but I think that's mostly for it being new. The actual reason it's down here is honestly the kit. Sprinkler doesn't do too much for
Really?
it. It's tactical,
Okay,
and
Sprinkler
again,
sucks. I don't know what they're
Rainmaker
talking
is
about.
on a weapon with pitifully bad object damage, which
I need to stop talking because I'm not the pro here, but man, do I disagree.
I don't know why this thing has bad object damage, but it is the main thing also holding
Yeah,
the
that's
main weapon
odd.
back, because with Object Shredder, it is a 10 shot versus Crab.
Oh.
Why? Why is it so
Huh?
bad at breaking objects? Between that and the kit, it is held back by the dumbest things. With a better kit and object damage, it could be way, way higher. So much potential in this weapon. Carbon is your Zipcaster weapon
Really?
that can reliably and quickly one-shot people. But outside of that, it's going to take a while to get its Zipcaster. The sub isn't great for it, and Carbon Deco exists with basically the perfect kit for this weapon. So you get
Oh, I forgot about that. I still love it though. It's really good at zipcasting. Once you get zipcaster, you're zipping around one-shotting everyone.
might have noticed that there is a separate Big Swig
Oh.
tier. Well, that's because Big Swig is the weirdest weapon they put in this game.
That is true.
Where, like, it can paint something so effectively that on some zones map, it can basically solo hold it and change how the enemy team plays. I don't know if it'd actually be super effective at this. It's still too early to say, but it basically has massive potential for zone cheese. Reflux can too. No, Reflux does not have the painting range this thing has. This
Really?
weapon has good paint, good painting range, good burst paint. It is the best paint in the game, and it's fairly ink efficient as well. And then it
Because
can use
I'm pretty sure
vacuum to
Reflux
install
has
outzones or
almost the
other
same
specials
thing.
as an intake refill to then continue painting and stalling. We will see some Japanese team try to cheese zones because Japan loves to try to cheese zones. In the West,
I haven't
nobody's
seen
gonna play
any
this
of
thing,
that.
but people will in Japan. So that being said, it's at a weird
Oh,
part
that
of
makes
being
sense.
the best at its job for cheesing zones, but that's kind of a niche it's more dominant in. But at the same time, it's so outclassed and weak that it's absolutely terrible everything else. So I just gave up and I gave it a Big Swig tier because it looks funny. You could argue, I guess, it would go here. You could argue it'd go here. You could argue it'd go here. It's dumb. The weapon is absolutely pathetic in every other mode. It is only good at cheesing zones. It is only good because of the paint output. It is so weird. Big Swig in its own tier. Big Swig moment. Yeah, woo! So I'll be going through this next tier very quickly. These are weapons that have a niche that isn't super needed, but they're good at doing their job. Mid-range poke damage with displacement. That's a bit too vulnerable and takes a bit too long.
Wait a minute, what? What? Weapon Blaster's great. What? Huh? Rapid Blaster is amazing. What are you... Okay, she better not put Range Blaster anywhere here. Fine, you could clown on Rapid Blaster, but not Range Blaster. Oh, don't they, like, main Range Blaster as well? Yeah, you can't be putting
Get it special. Mid-range poke that doesn't really have a good sub-weapon at all, and a very situational special, but could be more useful for protecting itself.
That's mean. That's mean. Meanie.
Or the objective on modes like tower control and splat zones. Weapon
But true.
that's very good against short range, but suffers from not having a sub-weapon and a special weapon that's very limited. Your long-range inkjet niche. Really good against weapons that require location, can move very fast, keep
That is
frequent
true.
paint, and gets whales for entry tools. But
I
is
agree with
limited at
this
fighting
for
things
sure.
and is not self-sufficient. Rainmaker weapon to play incredibly fast with beacons and tacticooler. Weapon that is best at staying alive in its own space, but is incredibly immobile, has a low special output, and is very comp dependent. Rainmaker niche for more versatile comps that want tacticooler. Weapon that's best for holding down an area and being very
Really?
stationary in the backline category, especially helped by the fact that it has booyah bomb, which
Hide
struggles
you
against
down
heavy
there?
displacement options. Weapon that will absolutely annoy the crap out of your team if it gets behind you a single time, but struggles to get behind the enemy team and needs a team that can really capitalize off the fact that there's an ink brush back there with ultra stamps constantly coming out. Missile spam that has a bomb, but also can't really fight very well. The full charge is terrible, the mobility isn't great, and overall flings is just kind of better. Okay, so last up are two weapons that are a little bit different. First up, we have Roller, which is very good under ledges. It has a special that's very
Really,
versatile
Roller
for a team
this
being both supportive and aggressive.
far
It is the
back?
one weapon
I
that
would
curling
think it'd
bomb
be
is
a little
actually nice
higher.
on because it desperately needs the mobility. That being said, it's entirely dependent on its team to get in. It can really struggle
is
at dealing
true.
with specific matchups, and the main problem that it's down here and only in Nishan is because most of the maps just absolutely have way too limited approach options for something with as linear as approach as a curling bomb. So for better maps, especially if we get more of them, we will see a bit of Roller. But on the weaker maps, it's way too easy and linear to predict where Roller is going to go and what it's going to do. And finally is Range Blaster. The reason
Really?
Range Blaster is niche is because having one on your team basically nerfs your comp. You have insanely low special output, insanely low paint, insanely high downtime, just to get AoE, a decent bomb, and a wave breaker that you'll very rarely get. It's only really worth it in tower control and against very specific comps.
Oh,
It
she
has
must
no way of dealing
main
with
up
Ninja Squid. Its comp has to make up
regular
for it a lot,
blaster
and
then.
ultimately, it's way too gear dependent because you can't run both Intensify and Quick Respawn. If you don't run Intensify, stuff like Wave Breaker or highly mobile comp screws you over, and if you don't run Quick Respawn, you can be punished and out of the fight too long
Yeah.
when you already have too much.
I want quick respawn. I always do. No matter what weapon. It's not that I'm too lazy. I just, as I said, I rush in, I kill, or I die, and then I respawn. I kill, or I die, and I respawn. And I kill, or I die. You get the point. So, I wouldn't know that.
Downtime. It's just too many flaws on one weapon to be worth it outside of the one mode it's very good on because of its ability to affect the objective. Trust me, I want to rank it higher. This is my favorite weapon, but like, you guys haven't seen me playing it for a reason.
They do rain it though. Okay.
So, Dominant Niche. This will be very similar to Good Niche, and will not take long to go through a good bit of
Woo! Bamboozler's this high at least, which is goodish.
The difference is these are the best at what they're trying to do instead of just good at
Okay, come on, don't be in dominant niche, be higher. Don't
which
be in
means
this
they
video.
are much more common. Octobrush is the Zipcaster niche. It does a great job of being able to jump and flick, which is very powerful.
I used to main Octobrush in Splatoon 2. I'm still a noob at Splatoon 3 because I literally got it like 2 weeks ago, so yeah.
Moves fast, it can get the special often, it has a bomb to poke. This is the weapon if you want a Zipcaster
I've never been good at Splatoon, so before you say, well, you've played 2 games worth, but I was never good, so it doesn't
specifically just for
matter.
general uses. If you want Zipcaster as a way to deal with crab or more long-range threats, Bucket Deco's a bit better at it. It doesn't have a bomb, but it's 180p, so it's a bit cheaper, and the main weapon is very good at fighting things like short-range shooters. So it gives it a lot of matchups. It's favorable.
I forgot
with
Slosher
faster
is in
comps, I
the
think
game.
It's very good because it's great at
I never see Slosher, I never fight Slosher. I forget it that Slosh is there.
Hitting openings and being very aggressive between the main
I mean,
and
I guess it's
Bucket
good.
is really similar to Bucket Deco. Instead, in this case, you're using Tri-Strikes to break the objects instead. Bucket has a bit more vulnerability, but a bit more versatility with the bomb, so I think it has its own uses compared to Bucket Deco, and I wouldn't really rank one above the other. T-Tech and Squeezer are your Zuka weapons, just in different categories. If you want a more mid-range weapon, you'll pick the Squeezer. It's a bit limited because of its wall, which means it's a bit harder as a backline because it doesn't really have as much range to be a real backline.
Really?
It's like a mid-range weapon that would be the longest range weapon on your comp, and Splatter Shot is your short-range weapon with Zuka. It does have to back off a little bit more to use the Zuka, but that's not that bad for the weapon.
I thought Splash Wall was like a really nice thing that it has, like a really good thing that really benefits it, but I guess not.
Main reason these are...
Wait a minute, Tri-Stringer hasn't been here yet? What? Huh?
Because Zuka just isn't as good right now as some of the other specials. But in terms of if you actually want a Zuka, these are your two big picks. Splatter Jr. is still your bubble weapon of choice. If you want a bubble, this is what you would pick. If you want a bubble weapon and also need something that can fight, you would pick the Zimmy. Both of these are kind of limited by Crab meta though, and the fact that Splash is really good is pushing both of these down. I think if Crab were out of the
Sync is that high? Really?
meta, Junior would be slightly better than Zimmy, but right now both of these suffer from similar problems, and I think Zimmy can actually fit into more Crab comps because of its ability to fight things compared to Junior. Squelcher is your mid-range wave breaker weapon. Its two problems are that its kill time is fairly slow and unreliable due to the spread, and
They're putting... Wow. I'm surprised Bamboozler's doing better than all these weapons. Bamboozler's not that good now that I realize. Man, if it's not a dominant niche, I'm gonna be surprised.
the weapon has bad ink efficiency, meaning it has a lot of downtime, but in some matchups it's worth it because of its ability to bully short-range weapons and for the wave breaker output being very useful, such as when fighting Touch or Dooley. This is your actual blaster you will want to run in tower control. It has a better special, it has a cheaper cost, and it is the fastest of all the one-shot blasters.
That's mean. No, that's mean. Range is the best. That's mean.
Due to the low end lag it has, which makes it particularly good in tower control and totally functional in other modes. V-Charger is the weapon you actually pick for vacuum. With 200p, it's not too expensive. It is a great main weapon, able to put out pressure, and chargers are still solid right now, even if they struggle a bit against Crab. If you want a vacuum, this is the weapon you're going to pick. Before this patch, I thought Bo had a lot of things it tried to do, but didn't do any of them well, and now I think it does stuff well enough. This is a backline that is meant to have good object shredding. It actually can two-shot Crab. Its pain ability is decent, which means it's going to be able to get whales and use whales to let its team in. All of those were some of the main problems with the weapon, and they got better. It's still not really great at anything it does, so it struggles with versatility enough to be much higher, but if you build a comp
I mean, it is good at tower control.
I think it is actually worth it and can be useful against Crab. Still a bit held back by Toxic Mist in the
Sorry if you can hear my dog. What? No. Bamboo. No.
Your midline
No.
is very mobile for its range value. It does
No.
damage to Crab.
No. Bamboo. Oh, all the mighty have fallen.
Is very useful against Crab. And I think in general, if there's any weapon that might be a bit higher and might sort of try to replace Flingza, this is the best candidate.
Bamboo. Let's go, baby. Oh, please, Flings. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That's a lot asking for Bamboo to replace Flings. Gosh, dang, you're crazy. Okay.
It doesn't have as good a special or a sub weapon, but I do think it's up there. And Autobomb is still useful to be able to scout people in addition to the whale. So I think the kit still has decent synergy. And as a whole, it's a weapon with a lot of potential. It still does struggle to kill at times. It can struggle when it's locked.
It never struggles to kill. I think. Well, close range, but. You could just, go up to a Splatling, be at its distance while it's firing at you, hit it once with your main thing, and then just snipe it. If you hit it once with your full charge, they'll get scared. And then you could just, stop them. And if they come back, you can also do the same thing. You can just keep doing it. I don't know who I'm going off of. But it can kill a Splatling before the Splatling kills you. Because it has good synergy between its full charge and its baby charge that you only charge for 2 seconds. Or you don't even charge, really. You just pew.
doubt. It still does have a lot of downtime, but it has a lot of reasons to be used where I think it could be worth it. Squiffer is kind of hard to say. It is still a cheap and fast bubble. The point sensor is okay in this meta versus Ninja Squid comps, which gives it a tool to actually deal with that ability that otherwise would be a hard counter to it. I'm just still not sure how worth it Squiffer is. The range and the jumping charge is still very useful, and the weapon still has a lot of things it can do, but I haven't really seen its ability to keep up with top tier threats to the point where I don't feel comfortable ranking it any higher. Top tier is going to have to be its own video because these weapons require the most explanation, and this video's gone on long enough. But
I'll probably react to that if you want me to. I'll probably get very mad, but I at least know that E-leaders like S tier or whatever and Sploosh and stuff.
this is where the rankings stand right now, and I will see you all next.